Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Borderless Beat. Today's gig is going to be at a place called Surf Walla. Quick one, guys. So this is actually a couple of months afterwards now, and I'm in Vietnam. But I'm adding a retrospective into this episode, so you can see I'm literally about to watch it on my laptop, because it was very last minute. And the guys at Surf Walla asked me to do the DJ gig that same night, so I didn't have loads of time to film loads of content. And so I'm adding a little bit more here about my reflections on Surf Walla, and also about some tips on how to get DJ gigs. And I might start adding these retrospectives into future episodes as well, if I like them and if you like them. So let me know. But before I talk about more, we're just going to look at a quick clip of some of the content from the Borderless Beats episode. Thanks. This video is probably going to be a bit shorter, as I was literally booked for this gig today and haven't really had much time to prep. So I was actually having a surfing lesson and told the surfing teacher that I was a DJ, and he turned around and said that they normally have a DJ, but the DJ cancelled tonight, and would I be available? Now, fortunately, I think the lesson to be learnt here is if I didn't have the equipment with me, I probably would have said no, but because I do, I was like, yeah, of course I can, I'll come down. So yeah, it's a pretty cool place. It's like a surf camp where they do lessons and things. You can also just go and rent boards. You can stay there overnight, and they do food there, and they have like lots of events, musicians and DJs and artists going down there as well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, and I am over there now. So probably just going to jump straight into the set, as I've not got lots of time for other sorts of shots and footage. But it's good to be able to be flexible, and to be able to just pick up gigs straight at the moment, because you never know when an opportunity is going to arise, I suppose. So you can see the Surf Walla sign here as I am walking up. Now, at this point when I was in India, I still hadn't learned how to ride a motorcycle. So I was still traveling around my bags, but for this one, I actually did get kind of like a taxi motorbike down, as this was a bit further than the other gigs that I'd done around Mandarin Beach. Now, Surf Walla itself, I actually went here a couple of times for surfing lessons. So as I've been trying to go around different countries, I'm trying as much as possible to stay fit, keep exercising regularly, and just maintain good habits. Admittedly, I'm not always doing that well. It does sometimes fall on the wayside, but I love surfing, and this place is fantastic. And you can see the owner here in the car. So yeah, I really like this place as a surfing hostel. The lessons were good. It had been rusty, so I hadn't actually surfed in about 2 years before no, not 2 years, sorry, that's a lie. About 1 year before I came on and did one of the lessons. And then a couple of days afterwards, I came back because I enjoyed it so much. Went on another one, and that was the first time I actually ever took a board out on my own, and I managed to catch a few waves, which was great. Other things about Surf Walla: the food's fantastic. They have regular music nights as well, and generally a very good like atmosphere and crowd. So I would really recommend it if you are passing through Goa, regardless of whether you like surfing or not. It's just a good atmosphere, and I would recommend going. Now time for some DJ tips, and this section is all about how you can always be prepared for a DJ gig. And I thought this was quite apt, as this was a very, very spontaneous one at Surf Waller. They asked me to DJ that same night and I went and did it. But there's a few things that you need in place to be able to do that. So tip number one, have an organized music library into different genres and moods. This really, really helps. You need to have an organized library. If you know it's going to be a house music and a techno music venue, then you have playlists with those genres. But it also could be a place where they ask for some hip hop or pop or something else. And you need to have libraries of music for that as well. So the broader your range, the more likely you're going to be able to say yes to a specific request. And then a little bit more narrower from that. So tip number two is to have pre-prepared playlists from previous gigs. Now, I don't mean have a playlist and just follow this rule for rule, but if you're stuck for a little inspiration, it can be good to see what you played at a previous venue that maybe is similar, and you can use that as a starting point and then change and go from there. Tip number three is a ready to go DJ bag. Now, this is vital. There's a lot of jokes about people always having their USB on them just in case they're asked to play, but actually, for me, in terms of my traveling around different countries, that has been essential. There's been a few gigs now where I've had my USB, I've spoken to someone and they said, well, can you play now? No one's ever going to ask you to play when you've got your USB, but if you're going up to people, that might be the situation where they ask you to play right there and then. Even better if you can have a full bag nearby, so with cables, headphones being the other most important thing, and so on from there. So always being prepared in terms of equipment. And finally, tip number four, if you want to do international DJing, just like I'm doing in different countries, or you want to approach venues where maybe they don't have DJs, you will need your own equipment. And you're also going to make it very difficult for yourself if all your equipment is battery powered. So I have the Pioneer FLX4, which is powered from the laptop, and I also use mini rig speakers, which are battery powered as well. That means that I can DJ from anywhere. So I can go up to any bar, any restaurant, any cafe and tell them about my DJing. And if they like it, I'm able to do a set there and then. And that is the exact method that I have used for most of all of the episodes that I did in India. And that's it for this week's episode, guys. So thank you very much. If you did like the retrospective bit I'm doing now, please let me know and I'll be happy to put more of these into future episodes. Thanks. See you guys.